Our approach would be, I think we look at this game as we expected the game from Nashville, and we kind of felt the last time Nashville had come in, it was a very physical game. They got to our net, we lost that game. We haven't performed particularly well against Philadelphia. I think we should be mentally in a better place to play the style of game that's going to be played tonight. We have a certain way we want to play, but it looks different every night because the other opponent is different. How they defend, what they do in the neutral zone, the mindset of our team most recently is that idea of defending first, but we don't play a passive defensive game. For us to defend well, it's really aggressive. And that usually means if you can get yourself mentally there, if you can wind yourself up to do that, all the other parts of your game are going to fall into place. And that's even your power play is moving faster. The energy level is higher in your game. You cannot passively defend, certainly not in the system or style of game that we play. So that has seemed to have been our challenge here over the last 6. It's been our focus, maybe is a better way to put it, what we're trying to do. And in that, then the offensive part of our game is there. But we haven't talked about offense really in a long time. And anytime we do, we lose the next game. So I don't see any time in the future we'll be talking about offense.
And Matthew Tkachuk was talking about that, how he feels with his team, plays the hardest defense it can, the goals come anyway. Obviously,
right.
The coach, that's the message you always want to get through. But how important is it that that message seems to have taken hold of this group, obviously a long time ago, but that's a hard thing to sell sometimes.
It's at this time of year it's really hard to sell. And I don't blame them. I'm not talking about the Florida Panthers, but in the National Hockey League, October, November, December, these guys train all summer. The points they put up has a drastic impact on their families, their kids, their grandkids, right? It changes everything. You put a 30-goal year in, you're in pretty good shape for the rest of your life in pro sports. So there's a real understandable push to get off to a statistically good start. That doesn't always align with winning. And certainly in our game, we ask for a fair amount of sacrifice from the players. Not to make plays that may have a higher payoff, but a lower incidence of a payoff that will score a little bit more, but we're going to give up a whole bunch too. We don't like that game. I think we scored 30 goals in our last 6 games though. So the offense is there. What's the template? We don't care whether we win the game 2-1 or 5-1, but we really like the 1.
Matthew Tkachuk hit 600 games
Yeah.
tonight. I mean, it's already a veteran guy for a guy that's 25 right now.
Yeah. It's a funny thing that you say that because Doug and I were just talking about that. Feels like it should be 1,000, but he's so young it should be only 400, right? He's played 600 highly impactful games in the NHL at a very young age. I forget how young he is, truly. He is an unusual player. There are some guys that, like Sam Reinhart, can give you just about every system, every detail that happened in a game. What Matthew is brilliant at is the emotional parts of the game. When it's starting to slip on you, when you got him on the run, when a hit needs to happen, when a scrum needs to happen, when both of those don't need to happen. He can feel the game, he can feel the temperature of a game and is wired right into that. So different mindsets, that's not the right word. Just different maybe perspectives, lenses on how they view the game, but equally elite.
Any lineup changes tonight?
Iona's going in and Samuel's coming out.
Is that going to be kind of a good opportunity for Samuel? He's a young guy to kind of occasionally get these breaks and rest up and watch.
There's an opportunity for that to happen. For me, Samuel was trending up and in the right direction and consistently. The points are there, the hands are there, and the speed's there. We know that. He missed training camp, and he's starting to become more and more consistent in what he does each shift. That's the key piece to all this. So the strength of our team is that we've got these different guys. So Verhaeghe's game is completely different than Luosterainen's game or Barkov's game. They're all different, but there's a handful of things they all do the same way, or their mindset is the same. It looks different. So Sam Bennett finishes a check in the corner different than Sam Reinhart does, but the puck's still in the corner when it's done right. And he's learning that, and he's actually maybe a little ahead of where I thought he would be at this time. So I'm very happy with it. There are different styles. Philly's going to be a heavy game tonight. Jonas worked really hard to get back. We really liked where he was when he went down. So I want him in the game tonight. And I think that it may not always be Mackey that comes out, but he's in a really good spot. We would like to get Yona back to that as well.
Goaltender.
Sergey.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.